Hi, this is Stacy with Lily Bean Crafts by Stacy. Welcome back, and if it's your first time, thanks for stopping by. So today I'm working with a 24-ounce snow globe tumbler that I got from the Tipsy Magnolia, and I'm going to be doing another one of my Halloween neon tumblers using the vinyl set that I created exclusively for Wendy at 311 Co. So I am starting off, like I said, with this 24-ounce snow globe tumbler that I got from the Tipsy Magnolia, and I like to put a little bit of painter's tape around the edges of the top and the bottom of these. It just looks a little bit nicer, especially when I sand it down, and then I also don't put any spray paint in these two sections of the tumbler. I just like the look better. So after I have that all taped up, I'm taking my 220 grit sandpaper and I'm just gonna sand it all really good and then wash it off with some Dawn dish soap and set it off to the side. And I went on to Creative Fabrica and I found some really cute little ghost outlines. I'm going to be putting these on the tumbler to make it be a snow globe tumbler and have it be a peekaboo. So I actually removed the outline of it and I just wanted to use the inner parts of it so that I could make it a really cool little ghosty peekaboo. So this is a removable vinyl that I'm using. This is what I like to use the most, and I'm just going to kind of sporadically place them all over the tumbler, really no rhyme or reason. And then after I have these all applied on here, I'm going to take it outside and spray paint it with just some black matte spray paint. And if you haven't done so yet, check out my Lily Bean Crafters Community Facebook group. I have it linked in the description. And then I'm going to go ahead and put it off to the side and let that spray paint dry. And then I'm taking a mix of Midnight and Binks from Rae Creations to make the black glitter. I wanted it to have some sparkle to it, and I wanted it to have a little bit of a holographic look, but not overwhelmingly. So I mixed the two glitters together so that I can get the perfect glitter look that I wanted. Now I'm just going to take my glitter glue, apply it to the entire tumbler, making sure all the lines are straight, and I'm just going to go ahead and start applying this and then using a pair of scissors to tap it off. And I didn't make a ton of it because I'm only using it for this one tumbler, so I'm just going to keep refilling it as I need to. And then when I ran out, because I did eventually run out, I did make a little bit more. Once I had all of this applied, I put it off to the side and let it dry for 4 hours. And now I'm just taking a little bit more of my glitter glue and my little brush from the dollar store and reapplying this so that I can get it all sealed up. I do still have the peekaboo on there, the pieces of vinyl. I have not removed them yet because I want to try to limit how much of the glitter gets onto the actual windows of the little ghosties. So I wanted to make sure this was completely sealed before I did that. Now, I would not have normally done this if I was using a regular stainless steel tumbler, but because I was using this acrylic one and I could see through the inside of the tumbler, I knew that I would be able to find my little pieces of vinyl to be able to pull it off. Now, something else you could have done if you weren't confident that you can find them is you could take a hot glue gun and just put some hot glue right on the vinyl before you do the glitter, and then you would be able to easily find all of your little ghosties and get this pulled off. So because it was all sealed and dried, it was really easy for me to just go ahead and pull off all of my temporary or removable vinyl. And this process only took me a few minutes. I did have to shine a light in there to see the ghosts that were on the bottom, but I was able to find them pretty quickly. And once that was all done, I went straight into my epoxy coat. So I am going in with 20 mLs of my fast set epoxy here. I'm going to go ahead and get this completely coated, pop all the bubbles, and let this dry for 4 hours. I did need to put another coat of epoxy on here, so I put another 10 mLs of my fast set epoxy, did the same thing, popped the bubbles, let it dry for 4 hours, and then it was ready to start working with the vinyl pieces. So here is the vinyl sheet that I created that I'm working with today. Like I said, my entire theme for this whole packet was neon, fun Halloween, and neon cute little ghosties are just so great. But because I do not know the dimensions, I was originally going to like make a template and have this entire little ghosty vinyl be all around the tumbler and then do the peekaboo that way. But I do not know the dimensions of this little 24-ounce snow globe. I went ahead and just decided to do the glitter method that I did and then just cut out some of my little ghosts to sporadically put all over the tumbler. Once again, like the little ghosty peekaboos, I really didn't have a rhyme or reason. I just started cutting some stuff out and just kind of placing it and seeing where it all came together. And I just went with all the little spaces. I wanted to have it kind of overlap a little bit over the peekaboo, but not completely cover them up. And this was just how I decided to do it. Now, before I did this, I did go ahead and sand the tumbler down. I knew that since this was not a clear vinyl, that it would not make a difference if I had it sanded. So once I get these all applied, we're going to go in with our next coat of epoxy. Now I'm going in with another 10 mLs of my fast set epoxy. I just want to make sure that I get all of my vinyl sealed before I start working on the snow globe. I wanted my snow globe to be slow moving, so I am going in with my glitter juice from CamiPaige's Boutique, and this is the Slow Ride. So I'm just putting a little bit in there, and then I'm going in with this new chunky glitter that I got from Rae Creations in the latest Halloween mystery bundle that she just had come out, and this is Toxic. It is a glow-in-the-dark pink chunky glitter, so this was just going to be the perfect colors to match the neon look that I was going for. So I'm just going to take my time and apply a bunch of the glitter. I wanted a lot of the glitter in there. I wanted it to be full movement, showing all of the time in the little window of the peekaboo. So I'm just going to take my time here and just apply a bunch of this, and then I'm going to start stacking, and I'm going to put a little bit of the glitter or the snow globe solution, then some more glitter, some snow globe solution, and just stacking it until I get the look that I'm going for. Make it easier for me to fill the solution because it is so thick, I'm just going to take this little curved syringe that I have and just start filling it up and putting it into the little hole. And this just works a little bit faster for me than the actual piece that came with the glitter juice. So I'm just going to go back and forth with this, checking it, making sure that it's getting full. I want to make sure that I don't have any bubbles in there, so I'm just going to keep checking it. And then when I get to the bottom, I'm going to take a little bit of just some distilled water and use that to apply the very last bit that I need. And then I'll take a little syringe and just make sure that I pull out any air pockets or bubbles and get it as close to possible as not having any bubbles at all. Here's where I'm going in with the distilled water, trying to get as close as possible to getting it so that there's no bubbles in here. And then I will take this little syringe that I bent and I'll try to pull out any little pockets of air that's in there. And this has seemed to work really well for me in the past. Now, one of the nice things about doing this kind of peekaboo is that the top of it is hidden anyway, so you can't tell. And then I'm just putting in the little plug at the bottom here, and making sure that it's all filled up. And then I'm going to take a little bit of UV resin around the plug and let that go in my UV lamp for a minute. Now I'm going to start mixing up the glitter mixture for the bottom. So I'm just putting some of my UV resin in with the toxic glitter to fill the bottom and cover up that little plug because it's just not that great looking. And I'll do 2 layers of this. I'll spread it all around, and like I said, I'll put this under my UV lamp, and then I'm going to put one more coat of the glitter and get it all finished up. Is going to completely fill the bottom, so I just want to make sure that I have it all level and squared away because I am not going to have any room to put any more. I'm going to let the epoxy be what smooths it out on the bottom. So I just really took my time with this and made sure that it looked exactly how I wanted it to. And now I'm going in with my last 10 mLs of epoxy. This is my Flynn Sisters Artist Cure resin. I'm going to get this all on here, pop any bubbles, and let it spin for 8 to 10 hours. Since the lid for this is just a clear plastic, I decided to decorate it to match the rest of the tumbler. So I just took some sandpaper, sanded it down, washed it off. Now I'm just going in with some black acrylic paint that I have with my little brush from the dollar store. I'm going to let this dry. And then now I'm going to do a mixture of UV resin with the glitter mixture, the black glitter mixture that I used on the tumbler itself. Get that all mixed up, and then I'm going to go ahead and spread this out on there. I tend to make a mess with this, so I did put a glove on while I worked with it. And I'm just going to use my little stick here and just spread this around. And I'm going to put this under my UV lamp for about 2 minutes, let that completely dry. And I decided to cut out a few little ghosties to put on here just to finish it up and make it look complete. So I'm just going to cut these out, trim them, and place them on here. I will pop any bubbles. It did go in the center hole, so, and a little bit over the edge, so I'm just going to take an X-Acto knife and just trim it up. And then I'm going to pop any little bubbles that are on there, and then we'll get our final coat of the UV resin on there. Only wanted to do one coat of the UV resin, so I really took my time. I made sure that it was completely dark in the room so that none of the UV lights from outside were going to start to dry it. I wanted to have some work time with this, so I'm just really taking my time and making sure that there's no bubbles, that there's no spots where there isn't any UV resin. And once I had it all done, I'm going to take my torch and put it under my UV lamp for 2 minutes, and then this tumbler will be done. And here is the finished product. This turned out so cute. This was not my plan, but sometimes things just work out really well. I love how all the neon colors came together, and the top of it just really topped it off. And I also did record it in my bathroom with the lights off so that you could see it with it glowing in the dark. It's just so cute. And if you like this tutorial, please hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll see everybody again later. Bye-bye.